What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Thursday. I cannot believe that it is already Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, let's get into the hot tea, shall we? Now let's talk about Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. So Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are feeling popular ahead of the release of Wicked, admitting they've cried through a number of press interviews for the musical movie. Okay, so the actresses who play Elphaba and Glinda respectively in the new flick stopped by today to discuss their special bond, revealing it's part of the reason they've shed a tear or two while promoting the movie. Okay. So Cynthia said a few journalists have wept with them while discussing the highly anticipated movie, sharing they've broken out in tears over all the love. The internet has certainly had a field day over the pair's tearful reactions too, roasting both Cynthia and Ari in a number of posts on X. Okay, so Ariana was quick to apologize for their emotional reaction to the press tour, quipping, "We're sorry much to the annoyance of many." So yeah, per Cynthia, they can't help it as she and Ariana have been on such a long journey to bring Wicked to the big screen. Okay, so she added, "For both of us, it's just a huge dream come true." Alright, so anyways, Ariana expressed a similar sentiment, saying she's been profoundly moved by people's first reactions to seeing the film. Alright, so Ariana and Cynthia even made it clear their friendship isn't just for show, detailing the number of shared tattoos they've gotten throughout making Wicked, including one secret one, which they wouldn't elaborate on. Alright, so this is really amazing that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are promoting Wicked, because I can already imagine that Wicked is going to be a really good movie, because I think I remember watching a snippet of the movie a few months ago, and I have to admit I was very impressed by Ariana Grande's acting, and I was very impressed by Cynthia Erivo's acting especially. And let's also be honest, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are also really good singers, because I remember hearing Cynthia Erivo hit those high notes in, I believe, a small promo for Wicked. And man, Cynthia Erivo has those really good vocals, if you're telling me. And let's also be honest, Ariana Grande also has really good vocals too. So I mean, Ariana and Cynthia really are a good pair for this movie, especially when it comes to singing. And what I'm also really impressed is that, Ariana Grande is a really good actress. And of course, Cynthia Erivo is also a really good actress. Let's be honest here. And since they are also really good actresses, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to really drive this story really well in between the princess and then the witch. And, I can already imagine that the chemistry is going to be so good on point that it's going to really convince us, and it's really going to attract us to the point that we are going to be stuck to that big screen throughout the whole entire time that we're watching the movie. I can already imagine. And then let's also be honest that this is the first time that Ariana Grande gets a major movie role, because I remember that Ariana Grande would get these minor roles in these movies that she would be in, and I was like, oh my god, well, when on earth is Ariana Grande gonna get a major role for a movie? Like, literally, because of the fact that Ariana Grande, like I've said, she is a really good actress. And what I'm also noticing too is that Ariana Grande took her time to really go through the script, and she took her time to really make sure that she was doing a really good job with the role, because I mean, first and foremost, it took the cast like 3 or 4 years to film the whole entire movie. And second, what I noticed is that Ariana was very concentrated on playing the role that she was in, because I noticed that she wasn't really on social media throughout the time that she was filming Wicked, I remember. And also, she wasn't even releasing music at all throughout the time that she was filming Wicked as well. So there's also that. So anyways, I can already see that Ariana Grande is going to get an Oscar nomination for being the supporting actress of this movie. That's for sure, because of the fact that she is not a bad actress at all. So anywho, I'm really hoping a lot of luck, a lot of success for this movie that is coming out really soon to our big screens, and it's going to be out on November 22nd. And yes, I'm going to be one of those people that is going to watch that movie, that's for sure. Alright, so congratulations to Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, that's for sure. Now on to the next topic. Now, let's talk about Katy Perry, shall we? So, Katy Perry is enjoying the local cuisine in Mexico, enjoying a taco fiesta with a big group of friends, gulping down the delicious dish. Now, the singer-songwriter was filmed in Mexico City this week, grabbing a bite to eat in a regular restaurant, and she's not in a VIP section, she's sitting dead center. Alright, so check it out. Katy's sitting with pals at a big table, and she takes a big bite out of a taco, covering her mouth with her hand as she chews. Okay, so she's not exactly flying under the radar here because lots of people took pics and videos of the star, including one dude who has what looks like a GoPro stick ready to go. So anyways, it looks like Katy's down in the city just for a bit of R&R. Her next show is in New York in December, though she's scheduled to return to Mexico in April of 2025 for a few stops. Okay, so anyways, Katy Perry may just need a break from the USA right now because she endorsed Kamala Harris in this year's presidential race, even performing at a rally event, and of course Donald Trump won the election, so perhaps she's taking the loss hard. Alright, so or maybe she's just finding a favorite spot for when she comes back to perform next year. One thing's for sure, Katy's definitely digging those tacos. Okay, so this is really amazing that Katy Perry is having those tacos over in Mexico because the tacos from Mexico are so freaking delicious, I have to be honest. They are really good at cooking that meat so well, man. And they are really good at making sure that the tortillas are really warm and, really good especially. But anyways, I believe that the reason to why Katy Perry ended up going to Mexico in the first place is because I believe that Katy Perry wants to take a break from America because unfortunately America is upside down right now because of the fact that Donald Trump got elected as our next president. And also, as we all know, Katy Perry has always been in support of Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris unfortunately lost. And I also believe that the reason to why she went to Mexico is because I believe that Katy Perry might have found a really beautiful beach over there over in Mexico. I mean, maybe Cancun, maybe Puerto Vallarta, maybe Cabo San Lucas, because I mean those beaches are really beautiful and they have really beautiful ocean, and their ocean is really warm, and then the hotels over there are really beautiful and spacious, especially to stay at. So I mean, maybe that could be the reason to why Katy Perry ended up going to Mexico in the first place. I also believe that Katy Perry, man, is really considerate when it comes to the Mexican fans, because I've always noticed that Katy Perry is very kind and she's very heartwarming and welcoming towards her fans, especially over in Mexico. Like, she's always there for them. She's always very kind, especially, and very smiley. So, I mean, that could also be the case, I mean, I'm already having these imaginations, I mean, I can already assume things. I can already think things. But, at the end of the day, I believe that only Katy Perry is the one that knows as to why she went all the way to Mexico in the first place. And yeah, it is what it is, It is what it is. But, one thing's for sure, though, is that when she gets to tour over in Mexico next year, she is definitely going to have some tacos while she gets to be touring. And I'm pretty sure that she is going to tell us what are her favorite tacos from Mexico, because I'm pretty sure that, yes, Mexico has really good tacos, but when you get to be eating those tacos, you're going to be like, oh my God, one of them is my favorite. And that's for sure. Okay, but my goodness, talking about this is already getting my tongue very wet right now. It's already getting me really hungry because, man, like I said, the tacos are fucking delicious. Okay, now on to the next topic. Now, let's talk about something really serious. So, Liam Payne sought out the hotel employee accused of delivering him drugs very shortly before his death, and their interaction is captured in this newly discovered surveillance footage. So, TMZ exclusively obtained the video showing Liam briefly stepping out of an elevator in the basement of the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires, chatting with one of the 3 people charged in connection with his death. So, our sources at the hotel tell us the staffer who shakes hands and chats with Liam in the video is Ezequiel David Pereira, a bellboy at the hotel who police say delivered drugs to Liam in a soapbox. While police have not yet confirmed it's Pereira in this video, we know they have the footage. So it shows Pereira stacking chairs in the basement with other hotel staffers. When the elevator door opens and Liam pops out, they share some words and slap hands, and then Pereira heads out through a doorway. So the video was recorded around 2:04 p.m., about 3 hours before Liam fell to his death, from the balcony of his 3rd floor hotel suite. Okay, so based on the interaction here, it appears Liam and Ezekiel are pretty friendly, possibly because they knew each other already and had met previously during Liam's stay in Buenos Aires. Alright, so as TMZ reported, prosecutors say Liam did not die by suicide, stating he plunged to his death as a result of the effects of the drugs he took. 3 people have been charged in the case: Pereira, a friend who allegedly abandoned Liam, and also an alleged drug dealer who has since spoken out and denied ever supplying Liam with drugs or receiving money from the late One Direction singer. Alright, so I personally believe that this Pereira dude, I believe, had a lot to do with Liam's death. Because I do believe that since this person, I'm pretty sure, knows Liam really well, and this person, by the way, works at a hotel, he might have had the drugs to hand to Liam. Because here's the thing, there are a lot of hotel employees out there that are really nice and welcoming, but unfortunately there are also a lot of hotel employees out there that are not nice and welcoming, and that will hand you drugs, and that will hand you God knows what else. Because unfortunately with these hotel employees, they think that they can get away with everything, when in reality they cannot. And guess what? Since this is already coming to light, I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to serve a lot of time in prison, that's for sure. And that's if this guy ended up handing the drugs to Liam Payne, which I'm sure he did. And let's also remember that, since Liam Payne was, just minding his own damn business at the hotel, and he was, shaking hands with that person, this person, Liam Payne, was basically being innocent this whole entire time, and he basically was just trying to enjoy his stay at the hotel throughout the whole entire time, But also, here is the case, though. If Liam Payne, let's just say, was the one that was asking the guy to hand him drugs because maybe Liam Payne was going through a lot, because let's remember that Liam Payne was going through a lot because of the fact that he was no longer doing good with his solo career, then guess what? I believe that this guy should have been like, you know what? I'm not going to hand you anything, because even though you're depressed, doing drugs is actually not the solution. You should actually seek therapy, and you should also, get some advice from a friend, and that's it, But, unfortunately, this stupid dude went off and did the opposite. So that's what I personally believe could have been the case here. And another thing that could have been the case too is that, Liam Payne could have been like, you know what, I really need the drugs, I really need it so bad because, my depression is just killing me right now, and this and that, and, maybe the doorbell guy might have been, like, okay, well, I'm going to be a good friend and hand you the drugs, and that's it. So that could have also been the case too. I don't know. But anyways, this is really saddening to hear, and I do personally believe that from now on, hotels need to stop getting built with balconies, okay? And they need to start getting built with just windows, because now, as we can tell, balconies are a major target for people to commit suicide, and that is just awful, horrible. Okay, but anyways, may Liam Payne rest in peace. We love him. Now on to the next topic. So let's talk about Denzel Washington. So Denzel Washington brought some authenticity to his Gladiator 2 character sexuality, because he says he straight up kissed a dude in a scene, but fans won't get to see it. So the actor sat down for an interview with Gay T, an LGBTQ plus focused media company, and they asked him about his character's revelation that he'd been in same-sex couplings before, leaving them to wonder how gay the Roman Empire truly was. So Denzel Washington says they didn't just reference his character's past in the flick, they actually showed him lip-to-lip with another man in a scene, a full-on smooch in the ancient Rome film. To anyone excited to see Denzel getting down with the Roman centurion, hold your chariots, because he says the scene ended up on the cutting room floor, sniped from the film for an unknown reason. Alright, so Denzel thinks the team behind the movie got chicken, even though the kiss wasn't very romantic, since Denzel kills his scene partner 5 minutes after giving him the kiss. Alright, so Washington plays Macranius, a former slave who plots to control Rome in the sequel to Ridley Scott's iconic 2000 film starring Russell Crowe, Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, Connie Nielsen, and more stars joined Denzel in the new flick. Alright, so the cast came out for the London premiere Wednesday night, and even King Charles pulled up to the ritzy affair. Alright, so this is really interesting that this scene between Denzel Washington and another guy kissing ended up getting cutted out of the movie. Because I personally believe that that scene should have stayed in that movie. Because I believe that we definitely would love to see Denzel Washington kiss another guy. I mean, I am not homophobic at all, and I'm pretty sure that the majority of the people that are fans of Denzel Washington are also not homophobic either. And I personally believe that we live in the time where it is perfectly fine for a guy to be kissing another guy and a girl to be kissing another girl passionately. So I mean, there's also that. But you know, unfortunately with the producers is that I believe the producers were all like, you know what? I believe that the more that we're going to be showing this scene, the more that the people are going to criticize, and they're going to be grossed out, and they're going to be, very judgmental because of the fact that this movie is about, the past times. It's not about, the today times. So, I mean, that could be the reason to why, this scene ended up getting cut out after all. But you know what? Yet again, this movie, even though it's about the Roman times, yet again, there was already men gay. There was already, women being lesbian and kissing and here and there. I mean, it has always existed, I mean, yes, back in the day, I'm pretty sure it wasn't an acceptance. That's true. But I mean, back in the day, yet again, there was already people kissing other men, kissing other women, and the end, Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, people, have their interests here and there, regardless if society accepts them or not. So, I mean, this is going to be highly judged, and this is going to be highly criticized that this scene was cut out in the first place. And a lot of people are going to question the movie because of that, for example. So, anywho, with all of that being said, I do personally believe, though, that a lot of people, I mean, especially with today's technology, they're going to find a way to leak that scene out on YouTube or link that scene out on Google, because I mean, if there's one thing that people are good at doing is they're really good at leaking things, especially with today's technology. So there's also that. But Denzel Washington, man, if I were you, I would definitely speak up to the producers and be like, you know what, y'all need to keep this scene. Period. Y'all need to keep it. And I believe that it was a funny scene after all, and a very cringy scene at the same time, because I mean, as far as what we heard just now, Denzel Washington kisses the other man, and then shortly after kissing the other man, Denzel Washington kills that other man that he was kissing. So, I mean, it's funny, and at the same time, it's kind of scary and cringy and weird at the same time, but it's something that we would enjoy watching after all, So, anywho, I believe that this right here deserves a petition. I don't know, but anyways, that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.